What's up everybody, John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, we got a lot of digging to do, which is why I threw the backhoe back on the tractor. But if you saw one of our previous videos, Kat and I got a big plant haul to celebrate our anniversary a little early. And so we have a couple things here. We have these two, which we believe are crepe myrtles. Although we were looking up the pictures online and they seemed like they look a little bit different. But so these are Lagerstroema ex Natchez. And if you think you can pronounce it better, then you go right ahead. But anyway, so we previously had two roses in boxes on either side here. But every time we would let the alpacas into this pasture behind me, they would eat the leaves. So we instead moved the roses over by our kitchen door, where hopefully they'll get enough sunlight, but I'm sure not getting eaten by alpacas will be a better thing. But since it's so rocky over here, I'm going to use the tractor to just dig the holes for these, because these are actually pretty big pots. And so we moved a couple peonies over here. So I'm gonna dig a couple holes over here, and then I have a few other things that I need to do. And I think giving hay to the alpacas is one of those. So I'll probably grab the hay after this, and then I'll show you what else I'm up against. So we got these two. So we got these two planted. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. It looks a little dirty now, but dirty, get it? But we'll get some wood chips and like fill it around, but we just needed to get these in the ground. I don't know if you can tell, but it is rather hot today. And it has been hot, and it'll continue to be hot. But anyway, I'm gonna grab some hay for the girlies and show you what else I'm doing. So as I walk over there, we got a couple things going on. One is that Kat has been doing a great job planting some of our stuff up in here. And so we want to do a little bit better job with this wall because it's been on a bit of a slant. The rocks have sort of tumbled into the path. And we just want to make it like a little clearer that this is the wall, this is the path. So I think what I'm going to do is just dig out a little bit so that I can put some big rocks in there to make it like more of a wall, and so less of a slope and more of like a retaining wall type thing. So one of the other things is this little area over here. We're talking about pulling some of these rocks out to actually use for the wall over there, but also we want to make this spot into a little area where we can plant some of the other plants. So I'll probably take the backhoe and maybe just smooth this out a little bit, and then I'm going to take these rocks and use them for our wall. And then last up is over here. Gonna plant this guy, who is my favorite tree that we've ever bought. He is extraordinarily tall and I love him. So I'm gonna dig a nice big hole for that guy and then set up the other plants around him, get those planted, and go from there. It's hay day, alpacas, hay day. All right. So we got the hay done for the ladies. I do like having the two feeders in here. Lets everybody split up a little bit, even though the big one over there has plenty of room in case some of them want to hang out here. Some of them can hang out over there. Both of them in the shade though, that's nice. All right, on to the next one. All right, so end of the day here. John is a dirty boy. And here's the wall. So obviously, I mean, it's not like that big of a deal, but moving all these rocks, these are very heavy. So I'm very tired. But got all the rocks out from over in the other area. So now these are here. So again, obviously this is barely a wall, but these are all pretty strong. So should be good for at least now. And like Catherine was talking about, she's gonna fill in some of this area, sort of bring this area up and keep this area sort of down. And like before, all of these, you know, other like small rocks had sort of fallen out. Basically it's right all around here. So it'll be nice to have a little bit more room to drive through with the tractor. Anyway, but yeah, so we'll probably put some rocks in behind here to make sure that these guys don't fall forward. But these big rocks here should prevent all the other stuff from eroding into the path, which will be nice. So now this is the other area over here. And obviously it doesn't look like much, but at least it's sort of spread out because we're gonna bring in a load of compost to sort of fill this area in. And I don't know, I might come back with the tractor and the backhoe and see if I could do a little spreading. I don't know, it's tough because I don't have a whole lot of room to move here. You know, that always ends up being sort of our issue, is we end up boxing ourselves in a little bit. But, you know, looking at it from the other side, if we're able to just bring in a load of compost, we can probably even it out from there. And then I don't know what Catherine wants to plant over here, but hopefully most of the rocks are moved so that, I mean, obviously where we are, there are just rocks everywhere. Sinking these posts was a nightmare with all the rocks that were under here. So we'll have to see. I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but Catherine is doing a lot of the planting here. So leave that up to her. All right, so now that we got the trees planted, we have the stone wall made, it's time to start working on these guys here. So again, this is my favorite tree. I love this frickin' tree. It's time to get him in the ground. So, and I think what I'm also gonna do is, instead of digging individual holes for all these things, I'm gonna try to just dig a really big hole without even, well, so I'm gonna dig a hole in the center for this guy. And then I'm just gonna sort of disturb the ground underneath and then kind of just put these guys in there. Because it's just like, I'm gonna have to make a big mess over here anyway, so I might as well just kind of basically till the dirt, basically. Basically till the dirt, basically. Thanks, John. Good read of the situation. But anyway, so I have this big tub that I'm going to put the dirt in. That way it's just not sitting here. I should have done this yesterday with the other trees over there, but anyway, let's go. All right, so I basically just used my garden rake to just rake out a spot here. That way I still have some wood chips on the side and I'm not just wasting them. So I'm gonna start digging the hole. Hopefully it works. Right, so now we are all planted. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you next time.